Okay, in this presentation what we're going to do is we're going to continue working with addresses. So I have a little data set here called WH1, and it's essentially addresses of locations in the centre of Ireland, a place called Westmeath. And essentially what we want to do here is we have an address there and we want to split it up into three parts. Let's say address 1, address 2, and district or something like that. So what we're going to do here is use a package called tidyr. Now I actually have everything installed here, but let's just say for argument's sake that we were not starting from scratch here, or that we didn't have everything set up, and that we were starting from scratch. My machine is just acting a little bit funny here. I just have to sort of tweak it up there. There we go. So essentially what I would have to do here is to install packages. Now this is just like, I'm using base R here, which is what that looks like. You could use RStudio or something like that. It's a little bit different. Ultimately, we're all doing the same thing. So you might run that installation there. I would hit return, but not necessary in this case because I already have it installed, and it is just too much work. Then I would load up the tidyr library like that. Again, I don't have to do it this time because I already have it done. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate WH1. Just name the data set. I'm going to separate address, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this in two parts. So what I'm going to do is separate it into. I'm just picking out the column that I want to separate. I'm going to come up with the new names: address 1 in quotation marks, and address 2 in quotation marks. Okay. So that's the new names. Now, I just want to sort of like, you're thinking, surely we should have to split it up into three. Address 1, address 2, and district. Doesn't work. Not as easy. So, essentially I'm going to do this job in two parts. Okay? So, anyway. So, the first, where I'm going to separate it is the little comma. Okay? So, let's have a look at that. I'm going to call that WH2. Now, there's going to be a problem here. So, this problem is, it's going to manifest itself very quickly. Essentially, it's sort of thinking, it's a little bit confused by this. There's too many values. Essentially, is the problem. So, essentially, okay, we're splitting this up, and we're using this comma to separate them. So thinking, there's a comma here, and that's where we're going to separate, and then there's a comma here. So, it's sort of asking us, this is a little bit confusing for us. So what we could do here is we could go to the help file, and I have the help file already, and see what the help file tells us. If you're not familiar with running the help file, just write, hang on, I brought it up too quickly there. Help separate, and don't do something I always do. Spell separate with two separate. I always do that just wrong. Anyway, so just watch out for spelling. Okay. So what do we do here? Okay, data frame WH1. The bare column name, that's what we want to split up. That's addresses. Into create names of new variables to create as vector name. Okay, we have that, address 1 and address 2. Separator between columns. Okay, we have that done. Remove equals true. Yeah, essentially it will get rid of address and then just replace it with address 1 and address 2. Yeah. Now, extra. If sep is a character vector, this controls what happens after there are too many pieces. So essentially that's our problem. There are too many pieces. So essentially what we're going to do here is just warn just to emit a warning and drop extra values. No, we don't want that. Drop any extra values without any warning. No, we don't want that. And merge. Only split at most length into times. Okay. So what we're going to do here is just, I'm not going to, you can mess around with this a little bit more, but I'm just going to sort of extra equals merge. There is way more than we can do by just sort of practicing each combination there and messing around with it. So just actually, I'm just going to take a nice, very simple approach. Let's see how this works for us. So head, WH2, and that should, there we go, address 1 and address 2. That's nice. That's actually sort of what we're looking for. Yeah. So again, what we can do here is WH2 is sep array WH2, and this time what we're going to do is separate address 2, and we're going to call it address 2 and district. Again, just sort of coming up with some sort of reasonably plausible sounding names. Separator is going to be the comma. That should work now perfectly for us. I hope it does anyway. Everything looks okay there. Head of WH2. Yeah, address 1, address 2, district, and civil parish. So Abilans, Corkery, so on. That's grand. And Kilbixie. That name rings a bell. Okay, that's grand. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye 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 bye.